Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Thursday, October 13th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. We'll talk about the Cardinals in just a minute. Great television archives up top. We have our eye candy feature along the bottom, and is this a weird one today, by the way? I'll get to that in a minute. Let's do our rock and roll poll question from yesterday. What's your general impression of Milwaukee? I lived in Milwaukee in a previous life. I think it was 1980. I lived in Milwaukee, a little suburb. Major League umpire Bruce Fleming lived in Brown Deer, Wisconsin, just north of the city. And I was only there a short time. Things didn't work out at the radio station I was at. What is your impression of Milwaukee? Number one answer, the place is full of deer hunting Packer fans and fatigued riding snowmobiles and wearing cheese heads at 38%. 36% of you say it seems like a nice enough place. And final answer at 26%, a little too small, cold and windy and snowy for me. All right, today's rock and roll poll question. There were a couple of thousand empty seats last night at the ballpark, and I don't think I've ever seen that in my 27 and a half years here in St. Louis going to Cardinal baseball games and a playoff game, second round playoff game, probably 2,000-3,000 seats empty at least, by the way. It's sort of hard to tell, but what's the reason? Why were there empty seats at a playoff game? A, combination of high ticket prices and a bad economy. B, the threat of bad weather. C, the team just hasn't produced the usual level of excitement this year. D, sporting events now are more enjoyable at home on big screen high def TVs. Or E, fans in St. Louis are consumed by Rams fever. Please answer in the corner. We'll have results for you throughout the course of the day and again tomorrow here on the Daily Dose. Well, we're back at Hooters again today across from Keener Plaza from noon until 3. Pep rally with the Smash Band starts at 3. Music starts at 4. There are all sorts of food and drink and everything like that. We're all going to be there. And then back on the air from 6 to 7 tonight for an extra edition of the showgram, baseball style, live from Hooters, setting you up for tonight's game. Wow. This is getting cool. Somebody want to tell me why Prince Fielder was laughing hysterically with 2 out in the top of the ninth and his team about to lose again to the Cardinals and to go down, in a decisive fashion? Why is Prince Fielder laughing in the dugout? Very, very bothersome if I'm the manager of that team, but not nearly as bothersome as what is going on in Boston. Did the Red Sox collapse in September because Terry Francona, their manager, was too whacked out on painkillers to manage them properly? Or was it because their pitchers were drinking beer, eating fried chicken, and playing video games while the teammates were on the field? Or was it both? Francona was living in a hotel, separated from his wife for more than 30 years, taking medication after multiple knee operations, 5 procedures to drain blood from the knee, on all these painkillers, and the team just seemed like they were totally out to lunch. And this is the story in the Boston Globe. So somebody, it's not like some rag sheet. I mean, this is a big newspaper, and they don't print stuff unless they've got a pretty good idea that they are on the mark. Nyjer Morgan last night gets put in, pinch hitter, I think it was in the 6th inning, and comes up and just pops out, and the place just came alive. It was even identified on TBS as public enemy number 1 in St. Louis. Some things are just too good to be true. They're just too good to be true. My Twitter, this is a very, very long story, but, for 162 games, the local media here covers the St. Louis Cardinals, and this is not just here, this is everywhere, every Major League Baseball sports franchise. You cover the team for 162 games, and then you make it to the playoffs, and the Federales come in from Major League Baseball. They push us out into the right field upper deck and say, enjoy the game out there, you dopes. So far away from the Wi-Fi, I couldn't even get my Twitter to work. So I promised you I was going to Twitter during the games, but I couldn't even get a signal. So unless you're hardwired, which I guess I got to bring I get an iPad because I think, this will be nice. I won't have to drag the computer along to the games, and I'll Twitter from that. And of course, you get out there and nothing works. So I'll bring the laptop with me and Twitter during the game. And it didn't work last night, but we'll get it up and running one way or the other. But this is getting very, very interesting. Cardinals are going to sweep the rest of these games, and we are going to win this on Friday night. We're going to have a couple of days off, and then we're starting the World Series next year. It looks like, or next week rather. It looks like against the Texas Rangers. So let's have at it. It's what I think is going to happen. Some rich British dude is offering Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding $100,000 each if they'll They'll box each other's brains out. Now, Tanya Harding has said, sure, whatever, I'll do it. I mean, she'll do anything for money. Last time I read something about Tanya Harding, I think she was being hauled away by the police because she had threw a hubcap at her boyfriend. The new Die Hard movie is got a name. It's called A Good Day to Die Hard, the fifth in a series, Valentine's Day of 2013. Thank you, because we need to know that now. Jim Carrey and Steve Carell will co-star in a comedy called Burt Wonderstone. Carell plays the title character, a Vegas magician whose partner dies in a stunt. He ends up in a rivalry with a hip street magician played by Jim Carrey. These guys have worked together before on Bruce Almighty, The Office, and if you want to count the voices on Horton, Hears a Who. Yesterday we told you that Clay Aiken, Victoria Gotti, Cheryl Teagues, and Marco Andretti were probably on board for Celebrity Apprentice. Now it looks like Clay Aiken is in on there, Aubrey O'Day, Adam Carolla, and that's all you need to know on that. Speaking of Twitter, Lady Gaga, 14.5 million followers. Ashton Kutcher, 7.9 million followers. I think I'm at a couple of hundred, but I just started this week. According to a study by Travel and Leisure magazine, the most dangerous airport in America is O'Hare Airport in Chicago. They've had 75 near misses on the runways in just the last 5 years. Cleveland, LA, San Francisco, and Honolulu also in the top 5. Those 33 Chilean miners, you know, they get out of the hole and they have these parties, and one of the guys is on Letterman, he's singing like Elvis, and it's just sort of like, it's just this great, warm, feel-good story filled with humanity until a year later when you find out that they're not doing so well. Most are suffering from post-traumatic stress, unemployed. One guy needed psychiatric help after catching his fiancée with another man. 2 are selling fruit and vegetables on the side of a road. 4 have returned to mining, and the guy who appeared on Letterman and ran the marathon has been treated for drug and alcohol abuse. A lot of them say they wish they had died in the hole and not been rescued. Americans are expected to spend a record $50 billion on their pets this year. I was reading about that on my dog's iPad. I don't have a dog, but we got 2 cats. We have 2 black cats, and Trish and I were talking about this on the air maybe a month and a half ago about, you know, you go to the pound, you go to animal shelters, whatever the case may be, you're going to go get a cat or a dog. Nobody adopts the black dogs and cats. And somebody finally did a study on this, and they think it's because, number one, they don't photograph well, and the other thing is the connotation of a black cat, or in some cases even a black dog, which in the movies or TV shows, you know, you never have a white dog, a nice little, you know, poodle foaming at the mouth. It always seems to be a black dog. I mean, the color black. I mean, you just think of Al Davis with the LA Raiders. You know, and everybody wants to, like, you know, cast fear in the eyes of your opponent or make you out to sort of be the bad guy. You're always in black. And there are exceptions to that. That would be Zorro and Johnny Cash and maybe Wayne Newton. but, you know, by and large, and many of these people, by the way, are by and large, by or large, as the case may be. So we got 2 black cats here, and we got them because they told us at the shelter that nobody adopts them, and they're as lovable as could be. Ain't nothing. If we want to take pictures of them, there's ways to do it. Now let's play Guess How This Story Ends. A Republican state representative in Tennessee sponsored a bill to allow handguns in bars. Anybody want to take a stab at it? That's right. You're all correct. He was arrested for driving drunk with a gun. Representative Curry Todd, a Collierville Republican in Tennessee, was pulled over in Nashville late Tuesday. All right, you got a birthday today. And when I think about somebody's music who over many, many, many years has really sustained itself, and when you think to yourself, boy, if I'm in the right mood, got to be in the right mood. But if I'm in the right mood, this guy's music can have the most profound effect on you, and it can really alter even the way you look at the day, the way you look at life on that particular day. I'm talking about Paul Simon, who is 70 years old today. By the way, he will be in town at the fabulous Fox Theater. When is that? Tuesday, November 15th, and we will be there, by the way. Paul Simon, 70 years old today, and one of the best. All right, JC's Eye Candy today. One of the weirdest things I've ever found. One of our listeners passed this along to us. The Brewers' Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder spending a late night together at Miller Park, and it is uncomfortably gay. This is a video that you must watch, and you're going to be scratching your head afterwards, but it's so odd that I thought I had to use it. Again, JC's Eye Candy, and it's right below what you're looking at right now. All right, if you are lucky enough to be able to have tickets for tonight's game, hope you can come down and join us in Keener Plaza prior to the game. Rally starts at 3, Smash Band plays 4 till 6. They are fabulous in these type of settings. So we'll do that again. Trish and I live at Hooters from noon to 3 today. Then I'm back 6 to 7, and we do the whole thing over again tomorrow, Friday. Which at that point we hope we are wrapping things up and having a couple of days off before we go off to, it looks like, Texas. Actually, they'd be coming here. We won the All-Star game this year. We have home field advantage. I know I'm jumping ahead, but you know, got to do it. Got to do it. All right, JC's Rock and Roll poll question: how come the empty seats last night at Busch Stadium? Please answer in the corner. I want to know what you think, and we'll have results for you throughout the course of the day and again tomorrow here on the Daily Dose. That is it, JC's Daily Dose for. I'm a little hoarse, folks. There was a lot of yelling last night. Thursday, October 13th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. On Twitter and STL JC Corcoran. STL JC Corcoran. Follow me on Twitter. We'll have a lot of fun stuff we're going to be doing there. I'm having fun with this. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. We live in exciting times. See you later. Bye.